Okay, I'm here. I tried a little bit new of a hairdo here. I'm here. I'm going to do sketching of a witch. I'm trying to adjust my computer like I always am. Alright, here we go. I think that's okay. I'd be having problems like this all the time. Oh, hi, Karan. How you doing? I'm having computer problems. How you been? I got a pair of glasses that actually work. Marriage reading, please. Do you have any potential boyfriends for all these marriage questions? Oh, okay. I like when it happens. I thought you had like potential boyfriends or something, and you were worried about which one might be the right pick. I just got half my cats put away because they're just, I don't know, Chong just bothering them. They get tired of his presence. Sometimes I feel like I got a zoo. And your partner, oh wow. I'm glad I got this new deck of cards. I really am. Because these cards can answer more incisive questions like that. The Moon Oracle is more for your inner soul type thing. But yeah, today I'm going to attempt to do a actual nice. Well, this is a witch next to a half moon. AI made it, but I'm going to attempt to paint it. Alright, your marriage reading. Alright, I'm just going to try one thing because I always see you could do this here. Separating this. Hey, you got the Knight of Pentacles for your marriage energy. And this card represents hard work, productivity, routine, conservationism, patience, loyalty, responsibility, and persistence. So you're doing all the right things, Karan, pretty much what that card's saying for a marriage. Well, let's see about your partner. They always said that. I have a couple witch friends that I thought loud, and they say that you could do your decks in a different way sometimes, and you can make up little other ways, but it all comes out about the same. All right, your partner. All right, this is the. All right, your potential, one of your potential partners are in the High Priestess. And this talks about repression of intuition. And it says black psychic powers, fertility issues, or missed or wasted opportunities. That's one of the potentials. I don't know if I would go with that one. This is a person that's across your path that has issues with the world. Maybe possibly depression. I don't know. Probably older. And depending on how healthy they are and all that, you could have fertility issues just by diet sometimes. So I only know that because I'm in the medical field. And what's surrounding this, and then your other choices of people. Are all these upside down? Okay, let me put this here. I'm trying to get used to these new decks here. Alright, here we go. And then you have another one that's a potential. And this is and that one's in the Nine of Wands. And this talks about vigilance, boundaries, inner strength, challenge, and competition. And success, victory, and courage. This is a younger guy. And I feel like he's somebody that you're friends with, but you're not friends with. If that makes any sense. I have lots of these people that are like this for me. And then there's another one, the Hermit. He's in. This one does a lot of soul searching and being alone, and has inner guidance, contemplation, solitude, retreat, and meditation. I mean, what I'm picking up on timing, Quran, of these three guys, it's is when they just randomly appear. They don't really give us time periods on this stuff, but there's three of them. So I would say it's well before 6 months, but I can't tell you the exact timing. It's whenever the universe feels it's good timing. I know it sucks, but they don't work on our time. These deities and everything going around. I think 1 hour is like 1,000 years to them, so that's what I believe. But I'm just one person. But I mean, you got three. I mean, that's a good thing. That's a real good thing. I mean, this is why I draw, because whenever I try to, I've been having dreams about my dad's house. They come to me in my dreams and they tell me, don't worry, but it's been 4 months. So, alright. But yeah, this is how their time is. That's why they always say you gotta be patient all the time. So, oh, Mystic Road, how you doing? You don't even have, they come around when it seems like nobody's coming. I've been in isolation, barely seeing anybody for months, and all of a sudden my oldest calls me and tells me about, and it was, I don't know, when I was at work, he said like 13 days till the baby's born. Then tell me I got to get a bunch of shots to be around the baby. So, and I've been in total isolation for I don't know how long. And I've been watching these videos. I'm obsessed with them. Those ones with the Joker talking about this person and that person. They'll appear at random times. And those would be the characteristics. The universe runs in threes. It always has, it always will. It's a prime meridian number. When you meet one, the others will cascade along with them. This is just what happens. I don't know why. And it's really, really annoying. I'm drawing my witch's hand now. Alright. Doug's energy. We'll see Doug's energy, Mr. Crow, towards you. Alright, since I got a new fancy deck for all these different kinds of questions, because usually I don't care about people's feelings half the time. They either talk to me or they don't. I got an appropriate deck that can orchestrate this. So, alright. Doug's energy towards you is in strength. And this just means, obviously, we know what strength is, but it means also courage, persuasion, influence, compassion, taming, control, overcoming self doubt. I want to say for you, I'm picking up out of all these things, it's overcoming self doubt. because he feels less of himself. That's what I'm picking up on this. So, I mean, within self doubt, it's depression. So, you just gotta let them know you're there and see where your relationship's going and that kind of thing. That's what I would do. Just see where the wind takes you with them. You can't force someone to love you. You can't. It just doesn't happen. It just happens or it doesn't happen. But you always have your ancestors. You always have your parents. You always have your family and your blood ties. If you don't get a lot of the other things in life, that I will say, my mom's a big pivotal part of my life, even though I am married. I just value it more than anything else because that will go away before true family that loves you. So keep that in mind also. All right, DJ Cooper. Oh, hi. I love Scotland. Oh my God. The book I wrote had a lot to do with the 100-Year War and about vampires and wolves and stuff. My Lonely in the Darkness, and I'm saving up money to get it published on Amazon. And I even dabbled in trying to learn a couple Scottish words a couple years back, and it's a very beautiful language. I like it. Even though I'm Irish, I just love Scottish stuff. Yeah, everything's good. I'm just over here living my best life, drawing my stuff, trying to do what I do, whatever that is these days. When you had a life altering part of your life, sometimes you never know where it's going to turn. Thank God for art, I'll tell you that much. If it wasn't for art, I think it would just be bad. Art really helps me focus. It really does. I'm trying to do this witch's hand. I finally got to I was doing faces, and I swear it took these residents that I took care of because I was just grinding down on my my YouTube, and I just happened to take care of residents that were famous artists. And these guys, I was so damn depressed half of the time. They just taught me how to sketch, and it was about God. It's been about 2 years I've been sketching, something like that. And they taught me some of their methods. One was a painter. I'm not as good at painting as I would like to be. So I have my friend hopefully coming over sometime soon to kind of teach me, because it would really be nice. Because there's certain techniques you have to do for oil painting. And at this point in my existence, I kind of feel that I would not give it any justice. So the only problem is this woman, she has 3 jobs. Alright. I don't know, this hand's turning out kind of awful. Hands are hard. Plus, I'm looking at an AI drawing, so. I mean, anything AI is going to turn perfect, but I think it's this top part. I gotta get this top finger is the problem. When you meet a soulmate, I've met a couple of them in the past because I don't really like being bound by one person, but it's just because I'm a very strong warrior soul. When I've met these guys, it was like magnetism. I mean, it's whoever you're attracted to. It could be like people that, like girls like girls. It could be a girl, whatever. But when when this happens, like you just feel immediately drawn. It's like lightning. And then everything makes sense. It's happened 3 times. And I've had 3 husbands, so that's how powerful it can be, honestly. Sometimes they're not always meant. I mean, they make mistakes. Just because they were fated to you for 1 minute doesn't mean they don't make mistakes, and doesn't mean sometimes the mistake they make is very horrific. Like alcoholism was the first one. And yeah, he wanted to get back together with me, but it was too far done, I guess you could say. So, gotta keep that in mind also. But yeah, you'll be drawn to him, and it'll be an engagement to where you're just, before you know it, you're married. Or you're just with each other for a long time. And then that one monumental mistake happens, and sometimes the universe has a way of separating you. And it is terrible when it does this. That's some of your biggest heartbreaks are when this happens. And the thing is these are what defines you. And they're epic, and they stay on your soul for years. Generally until you die, even up into that state. So, but you'll meet them, and hopefully you don't have to have 3 of them like me. I have this on my cardboard so you guys can see me sketch. And of course, I have to have the most primitive way of holding my computer up because I'm grungy. Alright, I think it's going to stay still. But yeah, that's the best way I could even just begin to do that. But it's epic when it happens. And it's the start of a cycle, which makes it a son of a bitch to break up with these people. So that's why I say beware. It's a blessing and a curse when you meet these people. Because sometimes they're darker, sometimes they have more light to them. And depending on what they're doing and what lifetime and stuff, it could be detrimental. That's why I always say love is organized chaos. And it truly is. When you're destined to be with somebody and they make really bad decisions through their life, that's when you're separated. That's when it all just goes bye bye. Okay, I know why this looks so awkward. I gotta shape this a little better. I'm getting really good with faces, but body proportions kind of sucking at. There we go. That's a little better. At least you can tell up here. See, now I'm struggling with body portions. I mean, I do have a lot of practice, and I get better of all the residents that rest in peace have passed away. That's taught me how to sketch and draw and paint and crap like that. But they used to tell me you'll struggle from time to time with different things. Alright, hang on 1 second. I'm just shaping my arm again, so it doesn't look like a kindergartner did this. I'm always afraid it's gonna look like a little kid came up here and did this, but I got this arm so far. Yeah, you can. You're always welcome to ask questions. This is my downtime from the world and all of its many things it likes to do to terrorize you through your existence. This is, I guess, in a sense, my safe zone. So yeah, I don't mind doing things like that because it gives me something to do, and then before I know it, I go let the rest of the cats out and stuff, and realize what it is to be alive for a minute. For people like me that are strange, that usually is a way of life. It generally is. Because you always feel out of place no matter what you do, in a sense. Okay, now I gotta start bending and making an elbow. That's always fun. But yeah, lay me on your question. I don't have any like things where it like delays it or anything. I don't. It's there. I promise you it is there. But I will wait for your question. Even though it says 0 people are listening, I've noticed that sometimes it lies. You got a dream this morning that the ocean was in the sky and there were a lot of fishes swimming in it. And I saw all kinds of beautiful colors start appearing in the water. You know what? I had a dream similar to this. I really did. I was in a, there was like all these strange people with robes in, and there was this water. And they told me to look into the water because water is life. Some people were saying they were deities, some people said they were spiritual guides, but the water means life. And the reflection of water just means, it could mean like a life's journey type thing, but I'm picking up, I might as well do a reading on it. What's your dream in here? Because they all got hidden meanings, but it's when you see water, it's about your life. I do know that. And it's specific to the different user and stuff. So, and when you have it and you're alive and dreaming it, it just, when you're looking into the waters of life, it's always reflection. So let's see here what your reflection they wanted you to know about was. They're very complicated beings, I will tell you that. All right. When you were looking into the water, it's showing the energy field of the Ten of Pentacles. And this is talking about sharing, abundance, and legacy with others. But this one represents wealth, financial security, family, long term success, contribution, legacy, inheritance, and ancestry. That makes sense looking into the water, honestly. I feel that it's showing you have a pivotal point where you're going to have more money, and family could be an option soon, and where you're going to contribute your money to. So there is going to be some kind of money through a relative, and it may, I mean, this card is saying inheritance. So possibly someone might be passing away, or somebody else passed away from the past is passing on money. Someone's passing on money to you. Then you got Also luxury. You got the Nine of Pentacles. This talks about luxury, self-efficiency, financial dependence, discipline, refinement, harmony, and pleasure. So that makes sense too. The other energy surrounding your water probably would have been to be more self-sufficient, save your money type thing, and having more harmony with yourself and others. And then the Knight of Wands, Pentacles, sorry. And this talks about hard work and skill development, diligence, quality, and focus. I think your dream meant that you would have to go and honestly have a little more focus in your life, and because of the wealth that's coming, which is always a good thing. I mean, when it comes, I couldn't tell you, but that's what it's about. I would just start trying to do one of these. King of Wands. I actually have a deck now that has King of Wands, Devin. But yeah, I think that's what you're dreaming, honestly. I think you're getting some money in and they want to make sure that you don't blow all your money. And they want you to have a good spiritual inner journey, which they want all of us to, just not you. This is why it's important. So, all right, Devin, how you doing? You can ask Devin. Oh, you're welcome. I have strange dreams all the time. I really honestly do. Sometimes I used to think when I was younger I had problems. That's why I went to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist had problems with me. So they thought I was weird too, and I thought she was weird. Alright, I think I'm gonna lay this out. I'll wait on your question, Devin. Do you see Shay being intimate with other men? Oh, I'm having problems in your love life, Devin. You have more of a love life than all the viewers on Chong the Dog. I have literally only been serious about 3 people my entire life, and I'm 51. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm just saying you're very popular, Devin. I might have to start living vicariously from you. But yeah, I will ask you. I actually have appropriate cards for that now, because of these different questions I get. I'm drawing a witch now. This is why I got so far. I'm trying to get her cape and stuff in here since I'm getting here. Alright, let's see about your love life, David. I've been drawing Frankenstein and getting ready for Halloween. I want to have some cool decorations because Halloween is my biggest priority in the world now. The Grim Reaper, I'm probably going to do last because we all know how much I love the Grim Reaper. He's a superstar of darkness, and he deserves all of my creative efforts out of everybody. Yes, there are good other ones, but the Reaper's just the best. I just love him. All right, let's see here. Is she cheating on you? Alright, she is in a King of Cups. And this just talks about compassion, creativity, and kindness, and balance, and intuitive. She's intuitive. Oh, artistic emotion. Look at that. It's an artist. That should make you happy. And logic. So then she's surrounded by the Six of Cups. And this is a spiritual fulfillment, nostalgia, focusing on the past. Well, I'm picking up, she has friends that are men. I am picking that up. And they've known each other a long time. So, this whole reunion business is about that. And then she's also surrounded by Five of Cups. And this talks about despair, yearning, and disappointment, regret, and boredom. She's missing pieces of her past and she wants to feel connected to something. She has a connection. She feels like she's not connected right to anybody. I'm picking up. I don't think she's seen anybody as much as just being friends with men. So, and that's okay because my best friend is a man. And when something happens, I don't even talk to my husband about it. I talk to Tim. He's in all my videos. When my one cat died in my other place, I told Tim I loved him and I was hugging Tim in front of my husband. So this is a normal thing that happens. You can't be everyone's everything. It's not natural. And if you do that, it suffocates people. So, I'm making this really nice cape now. I mean, it's the best way to describe that. Yeah, you can have a general question. I don't mind general questions. Let me just get the arch of this cape in. Alright, right where this is where this curves. We need to start coming down here, over here. This comes up this way, down across there. There we go. At least I got the cape form now. Alright, DJ Cooper. I wonder if you were named after that, the DJ Cooper that supposedly, he stole all that money. Got it, I think it was in the 40s or something. And they still haven't recovered the money that he found. And there was like this big thing and he like parachuted down. It's still a mystery. It really is. Whenever I see your name, I just think of DJ Cooper, the one that did all that. Oh, hi, Cherry Blossom. Do you wear Cherry Blossom perfume from the Bath and Body? I wore Cherry Blossom for so many years. Oh, hello. But yeah, I wore Cherry Blossom for so long. It was. I like it, but I can't wear it no more. I can't. So. Alright. Alright, DJ Cooper. Let's get this here. I'll just do your energy field since it's like way easier this way. Way easier. Alright. Okay. You are in Queen of Wands. And this is just talks about being social, which is good. It means you're not depressed. Determination. You got energy. You got passion. You got inspired actions where people think you're a good person, and adventure and impulsiveness. That comes with being an overachiever. Then You're surrounded by the chariot. And this talks about success, action, determination, motivation, leadership, travel, movement, ambition, and willpower. I do see you moving towards a better tomorrow and working towards a better tomorrow also. So those are all good stuff. And I do see eventually, inevitably, I do see a job, but it's going to take a process before you get the one you're really truly happy with. And then you're surrounded by three of swords. And this talks about heartbreak, hurt, betrayal, depression, tears, conflict, delusion, and trauma. If, and that just signifies that your heart has scars. And we all have conflict and betrayal because without all this, you never would move to the good stuff that is surrounding you. I don't think yours is so much betrayal. I think it's more of like you just have more of a trauma type thing. But I don't I do feel there was a breakup at some point, but you're kind of moving upon things and stuff. But I am seeing another job soon. But I would, going through this, refine yourself. Don't let heartbreak bring you down. Oh, hi, synthesized souls. Because heartbreak is just temporary. It seriously is. Before you know it and you wait for the cycle to kind of move around, then you're better. You like warm vanilla, Cherry? I used to wear vanilla a lot when I was like 11 and 12 and in my teens. I got tired of that scent too. But Japanese cherry blossom, I do like it, but I can't wear that. I wore that to death too. I've always had access to expensive stuff my entire life like that. Beautiful, that's used to be real expensive. I remember a funny story when poison was real expensive back in the day. When I was a teenager, my cousin paid $150 for this bottle of perfume. Just to annoy her, I would go and I'd put this on. And she used to smell it, and she go, "I paid $150 for that," and I said, "I don't care." I was a brat. I was at that time, I think, like 13 or 14 years old, something like that. She was like 16 something, and I just did it to bother her. And then eventually, I got in trouble, and they told me to stop wearing her stuff, and because it was only a couple squirts, but she was a brat. But now she got married to some kind of contractor because she was married to this really rich guy. It was a really rich guy too, and then she used to tell me when I go visit that you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And I go, "What do you mean?" And I guess apparently they were having marital problems. So she ended up moving from a high class neighborhood to another neighborhood. She did end up having two kids, but the guy didn't have money. But I didn't like her because I didn't think she was a decent person. So I used to mess with her. And of course, she had to be Italian and 6 feet tall and look gorgeous. And I'm short as hell. So I was just like, I would just be like, whatever. But I did end up making it to modeling, but it really was just for dresses and things like that. But apparently, she didn't have the life that she thought she was going to have. So sometimes when things look good on paper, they're really not, folks. And they really weren't for her. Alright, I'm going to try his because I got this. This shirt that's creasing in. It's so popular. It's so important to try to get the creases in something. Alright. Alright. Oh, you got a bottle of poison perfume? It is good. It does smell good. Every time I smell poison, I just think of tormenting my cousin, which I shouldn't. I'm supposed to be nice and not want to torment my cousin, but the fact of the matter is I would like to torment my cousin because I think she's a busybody and I just don't like busybodies. So, alright, I'm going to shade where the breast line is here because I have such a problem with trying to get all these perfect little lines and make it in the head and just show the curve of things, and it's rough. It's a hard knock life trying to get this. Alright. Alright, now I'm just gonna real light shade. Alright. I was trying to I'm not trying to make this look porn, but you could tell she has breasts. This is the problem. Alright. Alright, I got this so far. I'm trying to do a breastplate here. Oh yeah, perfume's nice. I make perfume. I'm actually gonna start getting into perfuming soon because I have extra money coming in. So I'm gonna buy some bottles. I was thinking because I got around Halloween and a lot of my friends' kids are always looking for perfume in some of the necklaces I make. Because you just can't draw all the time. You really can't. I've been asking an interesting question and I'm surprised by the number yes. Answers I've received. What's this interesting question? Because I hear lots of crazy questions. I have a weird life. Alright. You just piqued my curiosity. I've been watching all those Joker things over here. My little self-help things. This is what I like to call them. Alright, so I got that. Okay. Doing this cape this way. It never quite looks exactly like AI, but you know what? It's always better to have it not be more like AI. I prefer the human touch over computers any day of the week. When you ask AI stuff, it's like a child trying to get anything you want from it. Oh, okay. You want to know about your soulmate. You are really a romantic soul. You really are. It's good that there's romantic souls in this. Do you want a reading on that person, or did you meet somebody personally? Because you got 3 soulmates out there. Sometimes even more than 3, depending on how messed up they got. I mean, I could do that if you want me to. Because people change their paths a lot. They really honestly do. That's why love hurts so much. If people wasn't constantly changing paths a lot, they would stay in one constant state of being, but no one does that. So, and that's how you get the result that always happens. Yeah, you can have a question. I'm not charging for questions over here. It's not my style. If you can't go to work and try to make a living on your own, you shouldn't try to make a living on substantial things like this. I mean, it's one thing if you make a living on views every once in a while. I get it. That I get. But some people, I think they get too involved, especially when they act like they're gonna die without a subscription. You got so much more interesting things to do in your life. You really do. I'm licking my dream lover. Oh, do you actually see your dream lover? I mean, is there someone of interest that you've been dreaming about that you're talking to? Because sometimes if you dream of people after meeting them and stuff and they come in code, sometimes you can get messages this way. It does happen. So, I have dreams all the time of different events, different things going on. Like I had a dream where it was it's like really weird. I seen an explosion in space. I just see some crazy things. I think the universe just wants me to be on medication. So I always think maybe I was just watching a movie or some stuff. I'll just see subtle things like that's space related. And when you see space related things, you just, I don't know, your mind just gets really like, wow. Your problems seem not so important. Because anything on that level is very epic. Like, I'm very fond of black holes. I really, I really think the black hole impact is. I really think it's possible we could be in a black hole, although no one's never confirmed or denied that in science, which I wish somebody would confirm or deny it for me. Oh, how you doing, Aman? How you been? You're another romantic soul. But yeah, I've been seeing a lot of black holes and explosions in space, and it's crippling. I don't even want to wake up half the time. I just be looking around like, oh god, I'll be like, oh god, it's crazy, but sometimes it happens like that for me. All right, this witch is starting to come to be, and it's not terrible like I thought it might be. It's actually half not bad. Because I haven't got to the face yet. It's all this definition and capes and crap like that going on here now. So now I gotta light shade this in. And I gotta put it all this way to try to save this. Because I really need to work on my angling. Even though you guys like them, I gotta work on the shading on my angle to try to get things the way I need them. And it's very important because when I try to listen to the people that are just way better, which is a whole bunch of them. I try to take in these little suggestions. Even when I get my do my photography, I talk to some photographers in my travels. I have one of those at work that's a professional photographer. So when I do the shorts, I actually am guided by an actual photographer. I mean, as soon as I get probably the inheritance money soon, honestly. But once I get this whole inheritance money situated, I'm probably going to buy a nice camera, and I'm not going to be like these other YouTubers trying to get a picture of a great white whale as I get eaten alive. No, I don't even want to go near the water, folks. Not even near the water. I am good not going near the water because these sharks are terrifying me these days. Every time you go on YouTube, they got bodies in their mouths and everything else, and I'm really good. I think there's some toxins going in the water. I don't know if it's man made or if it's space depositing some stuff in the ocean, which is does happen. Sometimes we're not always the fault, which humans usually are the fault, but sometimes it's space. Because, especially by Antarctica, it seems to be like a hub where a lot of it's starting. In Antarctica, there's a lot of space dust that gets over there. They do, they get all the space dust. And when this space dust gets in there, they say some of it, I think it was DCT or whatever, got in the water, and that's why we got smart. Some space dust with organic matter can make you smart. So it's either space dust or pollution because these either it's fake videos or really these things have gotten smart. I don't even know. And it's possible they have. And if that's the case, then we better be careful with the damn water because if I know they were saying great whites were smart as like 20-year-olds, but if that's the case and they're smart as like us as adults, and I know the orcas are smart as hell. If enough space dust came in, the orcas could just dominate and kick us out of the water. I mean, there's something going on. I mean, I want to be wrong, but there's something. Either if it's us, space dust, or something. I have a lot of dreams about the ocean. I have. And it really does terrify me. Because we don't know anything about the ocean. And if the ocean somehow these guys get smart enough to get at us, there's a lot of stuff we don't know, and we don't got a chance. We get dragged in that void. And there could be a megalodon. And if that megalodon is really, really smart, our ass could be in trouble. I'm just saying. Alright. I think the cape looks pretty good. Here's my witch's cape. I haven't done her head yet. I saved that for last. Oh, I love that. Can I have a bleeding? You are funny. I know it's a typo. I know it's a typo, but it is so funny. Oh, I'm sketching a witch for Halloween. Hallows Eve will be here before we know it. Everybody wants me to make them Halloween decorations of mine. So, alright. I've been asked an interesting question. I'm surprised by the number. Yes, I've received. Okay. I'm looking my dream brother. Yes, I would like that. Well, I am concerned with just one. Alright. Alright, Terra Destroyer. What I guess what was your question about your brother would be, I guess. I guess we could go with that. Because sometimes when you deal with talking to dead people, you gotta be specific. Because there's a lot of people that have died. So, give me a specific thing you would like to know about this brother, and I will be glad to help you. You love Halloween, Abad? Alright, you want to know why Achman isn't engaging with my posts than he used to before. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm doing the. So you came in a good time because I do the head last because I have a problem with drawing arms and fingers. This is why I try to do the Reaper more. Because if you want to know how to do fingers better, it's always better to try to draw skeletons or something. If you want to draw faces, draw a bunch of skulls. And I've done the Reaper enough to where I could do little bones better. Like now I could create fingers and little stuff. It's a process though. It is a process because fingers and arms and legs can be just as aggravating as a face. It's just true facts here. Alright, you want to know why Aqua's engaged in your post. Alright. And you're lucky because I got a card deck that could get these specific questions now. The traditional tarot. Alright, he is in a Three of Swords. This talks about heartbreak, hurt, betrayal, depression, tears, conflict, illusion, and trauma. So, I feel his is more betrayal and depression. And he's causing his own personal trauma. And his conflict is within himself. So I don't think this is anybody's problem but his. And then he's surrounded by a Knight of Swords. And this talks about proactive, knowledgeable, logical, keen, clear. Alright, it's action orientated and forward thinking. Well, that's all good. At least he's trying to be productive or proactive. And he's also surrounded by a Page of Swords. And this talks about thirst of knowledge, new ways of communicating, inquisitive, chatty. I think he might just, I don't know. I feel that he's separating himself because he feels conflict and gets depression when he's around you for some reason. It could be because of the love bug, who knows? This is what happens when you're in love. Yeah, these are words insightful. The oracle cards are for if you have an inner journey, which is usually what I like to go on. I don't I don't usually deal with fundamental questions, so I end up getting that on sale for $6. Everything I get is some kind of deal. Alright, I'm gonna finish shading this out and then do a Hail Mary. And hope I get the face good. And the witch hat will be easy. It's gonna be this face. That is gonna make or break me. So as they say in football terms, I will be doing a Hail Mary, and I don't know if I'm going to get the touchdown or not, but we will see. I love football. I really do. Oh, you're fine. Hey, you don't have to organize your whole day around me. I'm just a friend over here on YouTube that is depressed most of the time, and I draw. This is what I am and what I do. And I like to help out animals a lot. I'm always helping an animal. I was trying to I was looking at animal videos, like people that have started these zoos and stuff, and just to see what I'd be in for because eventually I would like to do more for animals. So I don't know if I could go and rescue a lot of wild animals because there's a lot of. They were talking because I've been watching this stuff about how when the animal when they attack their owners and everything, they have wild ones. I mean, pit bulls I'm not worried about because my dog's a bigger dog and I get that easily. But some of these animals, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could save tigers and stuff like that. They might be out of my scope. Definitely not aquatic life because me and aquatic life just don't get along. I respect them, I do, but I don't know. At this point, I don't even want to go near the ocean, much less be try and deal with them because they seem that they're just like. At least we know about tigers and all that, but sharks we don't know a whole lot about. We don't know a whole lot about orcas. We know they could be aggressive. I mean, there's just a lot of what ifs there. There really is. I don't know. I might stick to mammals that aren't going to eat me alive when I start my things. I feel that would just be better for me. I'm going to try to fix up these fingers a little. The thumb's supposed to be under. Alright. I like to get this whole part here finished before I move it to the top. I have the bottom done. I'm trying to do my shading so it all looks sideways. Because that's kind of what you want. You want things to always be going one little way here. I'm going to shade this going up this way. And shade this going that way. Just really big swivels. Because I'm still going to do the pastels a little bit too. I feel that this is really good for your brain too. Because you use your left and right part of your brain. And that's very important because you won't get Alzheimer's and stuff like that if you're using your brain muscle. Because no matter how attractive you are, if you get in a relationship and you go down too quick and someone has to change your diaper, it doesn't end up being a happy romance in the end. Usually end up in, if you don't take care of yourself, you end up in a nursing home, and yeah, that wife will make sure you get your stuff, but you'll be in that nursing home. So I try to take these proactive steps to just, because you never know when you're going to be in a nursing home. There's been a flood of people in their 40s and 50s getting in a nursing home now. You never know what could go wrong at what time in your life. And to have something that you do to stimulate your mind isn't always a bad thing. Alright. Alright, just gonna do this little doodad over here. It's only take me an hour to do the cake. It probably is better for it. You know what, synthesizers, they say that I'm heading that way, but I don't know if I understand all that stuff. this little chat box stuff. They keep yapping about things, YouTube. They made me do my page where I actually, because I like orcas, even though they disturb my soul. I do like them. And they made me do like redo it where I had a professionally looking page. So I probably will be soon. I don't know how, but I became very interesting. I've always just kind of wanted storage for my dog videos. And this is true facts. This all happened, and I never really cared if I got any kind of subscribers. It was crazy. I never did because I had a shitty phone. It was a horrible. I still have the same shitty phone that's connected to my computer. This is the only way the Android actually exists here. Alright. Alright, now I'm doing the witch hat. Not turning out half bad. I told everybody their Halloween decorations this year will be better because I could do faces. I could not do faces for the life of me last year. And then all my teachers died. And then I would meet someone else that I guess could do art that I took care of. You just never know. Okay, well, here in the distance, here is the neck. So we're going to start this. Start angling this face. Because this is where the shitstorm begins, is angling the face. And really, this kind of should be your most focal point. Because all the lines in the face are all important. Every stinking one of them. And they will make or break your painting. Or your sketch, or your artwork, however you want to put it. And it is stinking terrible how it works, but it is what it is. Alright, we gotta sculpt this neck out. Alright. The neck is very important to sculpt first. Because it looks like shit if you don't sculpt it right. And you kind of do eye-hand coordination for a little bit. I mean, the hat I'll probably end up fixing. So I get this face. It's always better to redo your hair, but I sculpted that. You just got in it because you got to sculpt it this way. Oh, yeah, they said I'm almost 945 watch hours or some crap like that. I don't know. Oh, it's a human face. I don't know how to turn this upside down. Here. It's right in here. Maybe you can see it. It's right there. It's a sideways face. It's a real girl. And then there's Gizzy, one of my rescues. It's a girl. It's a girl. I'm getting just a little. I mean, after a year, I'm getting to the status where I actually can do this. Because this is what you have to do. You gotta draw the Reaper and all these people, a bunch of skulls before you can even get to this part. And then you gotta, like where the cheek is here is where the lips start. And I want to challenge myself with sideways. Sideways of the human face. Which could be some of the hardest draws ever. But you feel like you did some at the end of the day. Besides just start random chaos in your life. or possibly bother somebody that's aggravated you. At least it's constructive. I know my son, it was so funny. He'll find this funny, said this icehold. He called me from work and he goes, I know you don't like my wife. And I was like, no, I just don't like her ways. And he was like, well, we're having the baby and blah, blah, blah. I was like, it doesn't mean I'm not over it. It just means I don't care for her attitude. All right, I got the lips now. See, sometimes I like to go bottom up. It's much easier. Once you have the lip placement, I'll finish the rest of that. Oh, you work with lawyers. Yeah, I'm blackmailing two lawyers. I'm tired of dealing with these people. I'm trying to still get my dad's ashes, and they say that there's a law for human remains. And this one lawyer is holding my dad's ashes and will not let me have it. He's taken half the house and all this crap, and it's whatever. He could take half of it. I want my dad's ashes. I mean, I'm his daughter. I mean, I deserve it. And I have been fighting with lawyers till I just literally got so tired of them. They want me to sign so they can sell the house. I told the one lady lawyer that he hired that she can talk to Vincenzo because he's nasty. And I said, I want the ashes, I want the spare key to the house, and I want someone to go to the VA. And I said, I don't care from this point on. So she's supposed to be doing all this, but I was supposed to hear back from her. I don't think he has my dad's ashes because he had a grudge against my dad. I seriously do. So, well, they say the laws of Ohio, it's a remains law. And he's just doing it just to be an asshole. And that's because he doesn't want my dad to have a funeral. And I think it's because when my dad, this is from his second marriage, when my dad ended up marrying Ernestine, the thing was is she was drunk and crazy and I didn't get along with her. She came over, had sex on my parents' bed, and this was only after a week after my mom was dead. My dad didn't even wash the bed she said she died on. And them two just went in. I went outside. I was pissed off. And then they wanted to know why I didn't have a good relationship with the new stepmom. And I think that most likely there was animosity and stuff, but I moved on in my life. And this is, I don't know. I don't know what his feelings are, but the thing is I'm just trying to honor my dad's memory in general. And I know my dad was a military guy and he's trying to stop going to the VA. And the thing is, that's going to be the money I get to bury him. And then he got real cocky and was like, "Well, there probably is money at the VA." And when they did more research, because he used to own businesses, they filed for bankruptcy 3 times. So the other lady lawyer said, "I could see why you thought there was money." So this is why he'd be drawn all the time, because it's terrible to have to deal with these people. It really is. Well, the eyes aren't bad, but see now the new. Alright, it just goes down a little and comes over here. I'm trying to make this not look like a dog bone. You can make a nose look like a dog bone very easily. How it anchors up. All right. Oh yeah, yeah. I got no question about that. But yeah, I was reading up on human remains, like you. And another lawyer told me that it's a federal offense what he's doing. So, and he doesn't. He's a lawyer. Laugh out loud. He's supposed to know about these things. Oh, okay. Well, I got the eyes. I still got to place the hair and stuff. This is why I said this is always a horrible process here. All right. I'm just going to do an energy field all together on your soulmate situation. Because I'm not sure what you heard or what the other energy from everybody else picked up. Because I just received my own energy. So, oh, Chong. Oh, that's your toy, Chong. It's fine. He has one of these scrunchy toys that looks like a tiger. All right. You have got. You got a Two of Pentacles for your central energy for this soulmate situation you got. And this talks about balance, flexibility, and adaptability. Multitasking, time management. It seems like you're a busy guy. That's what I'm picking up. You must have a lot of things you go and do in one day. Then you're surrounded by a career opportunity and new financial, so which means money, and and this is Ace of Pentacles. And you got manifestation, which you're manifesting your soulmate, security, abundance, stability, prosperity. And then for the other ones, you got King of Swords. You got clarity, truth, and powerful, courageous, action. All right, I'm getting all good vibes on this person, but it's going to take a lot of flexibility for this soulmate that you've encountered online. I don't know. You work with all those lawyers. It might kind of be hard, but it is one of them. So what that is a yes. Yeah, she is a soulmate, but she, like I said, there's more than just her. But if you want to try to figure out if you're going to keep her or get rid of her, I mean, that's always on the table, and you should. It's your God given right to do that. But I didn't know you were so busy in your life, synthesized souls. I just go to work and half the people are get bothered by me. And then I go home and I spend way too much time with my dog. I gotta start getting this hair. You're looking for divine counterpart, and I feel drawn to two, Ahmed and Muhammad. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. You guys are happy souls, I'll tell you. Unscarred, too. It's always good to be unscarred, but you guys are really unscarred souls. I don't think I met a group of people with unscarred souls. Alright, I'm going to fix these lines real quick right here. Bring this neckline in right there. Get rid of some of this. Alright. Do that. Alright. Alright, now you want to know. Hey, faces are rough. You don't take your time with a face drawing. It's going to be terrible. Terrible. No. I mean, there's some souls I've come across that have really done terrible things, and it takes more of a priestly outlook to deal with them. Some of your warrior souls have done things for a certain reason. So, yeah, I've dealt with souls like this, and no, your guys' souls don't even compare to those. My dad had one of these souls. If you met my dad and he was still alive at the store, you might run. My dad watched his friends get eaten alive by rats in a cage. So, and these kind of souls that have seen that kind of torment, it's not good. And they could be very destructive. So, oh yes, I've seen lots of different souls in my life. I've seen souls that committed, and depending on why you committed the act of treachery or whatever, sometimes it's not that soul's fault. Sometimes it's just a demonic influence. And if it's a demonic influence, they really, I guess they don't have any, you don't have to worry about why you did it because they know you did it. And you really don't receive any bad karma, but you gotta live with what you did while the demon and stuff was inside of you. And it's rough. It really is. It's a rough road to go when you had darkness in you that was so dark that showed you the darkness that deep. So, alright. Let's see what they say. One of them is in the Queen of Cups. And they're emotionally stable, intuitive, in flow nature, vulnerable, and unconditional love and strong intuition. The other one is in the King of Cups. And this talks about more of an individual. And then he has this person has a lot of inspiration and is also has intuitive messages and not and has more in tune with psychic stuff and and artistic and inspired and dreamy and altruistic. I'm picking up both of them to be a good match for you. It's whatever your preference is. But once you choose, they go away and they find someone else. So whoever you don't choose, it's those there it's off the tables once you choose. So you decide later you want the other one, you won't get them because it's a one-time deal. It's like going to the store and buying meat. Once it's done, it's done. So I will warn you about that. But yeah, I mean, those are the characters. Some that's what you get, but that's not always a bad thing. They sound like good choices to choose from, and they seem unscarred. I have lots of scars on my soul. I used to, when I was younger, I had darkness that touched my soul at one point, and I got rid of it. Yeah, it made me stronger, but you always remember, and energy never forgets. So, but you do always remember. Okay, I got an angle in here more. That's the damn problem. There we go. There we go. Thank God. This is why I do more stuff like this. But sometimes when you're surrounded by darkness like that, and I mean, thank God I didn't do terrible things, but it sometimes tried me to make do terrible things in general, but I didn't. But sometimes it's the way the cookie crumbles, and I kind of got over it. But you can get over it, but you really can't get over it, if that makes any sense. Okay, this hat is off center. Alright, trying to make a nice little witch hat here. Nah, I'm not scared. I mean, that's why I know a lot about darkness, Amon, because I've seen it. I've had demons inside of me, and that took possession when I was, God, when I was younger, and then when I got older, and I just got used to, I got strong enough to weed them off. And really, what they want is us to be unhappy and to turn each other because they're unhappy. So if you think of them like, I just think of them as like little, I don't know, you just think of them as not real people. You can make them seem smaller even though they're not smaller. That's a ploy I used to use all the time. So when you come across one of these beings, they don't come in you. And I was raised in a Catholic family, so my mom took me to a demonologist when I was younger and got it out. But, I kind of was able to read them. And reading a demon inside of you is very interesting. You realize kind of what they are, what their power is, and then they don't seem as scary. No, my mom was freaked out. I thought she almost was going to have a damn heart attack, but I kind of learned from it. It really couldn't harm me that much because I really wasn't afraid of it. I was more interested in what it was. But you can't be afraid of things because you give it more power when you're afraid of things. I know this isn't the best hat in the world, but it's a witch hat. It's something. I'm just doing a light shade right here. I'm gonna bring this out a little wider. At least the face, it looks like a lady. And a nice pretty lady, because I wanted to have a pretty lady. But yeah, that's why I like to do things. And I think just being into that state of being for as long as I was, I think I just got more intuitive. And then when I defeated it, I took a lot of its energy, but I just use it for good. Because I realized that it once was human. All demons generally once were human. And I don't think people realize that. Demons create, humans create more demons than anything. We really do. And the thing is you can create all these different demons, but I guess in essence, it's can you deal with your own demons? And a lot of people really can't deal with their own demons because this reality bends and everything, and then you have another reality. And I've been at that other reality when I was younger, so I'm not worried. And it has helped me since darkness took my parents from me at a young age. I don't know. She is not a bad witch. I think I might just expand the hat out. And just shade it to the side and up or outlook this way. There. I just got to fix this hat. I think once I fix the hat, I'll be better. There you go. Alright. I don't know what you guys think. I'm not crazy about the hat. Alright, I got this. I'm not totally crazy about the hat. It's like sideways. Oh, it does. It does. It gives us a lot of pathways dealing with disturbed souls. And they do get very disturbed because, they were once alive and now they're not. And it could be very heartbreaking for some of them. Alright. I'll try to start curving this way. But yeah, that's how I kind of know. And I'm not copying it from a movie. It actually does happen. People have their own demons if they're drug induced a lot. That too can do a lot with it because a lot of drugs, certain kinds, can bring upon demons also. But thank you for liking the witch. I don't know the hat. I don't know. Maybe it could be like a sideways view. I don't know. Maybe the next witch will be better. I do try. But yeah, that's so I always warn you guys to try to be kind to each other and stuff because they always end up for some reason demons they feed off of us. Or like they feed off emotion. So maybe it's a chef witch. Maybe I made a chef hat that I don't know. You never know where art turns. It sure don't look like the witch I was looking at, I'll tell you that much. She is a witch that is going to cook for people. I'm taking these pastels and going upwards because sometimes I think that's pretty for the portrait look. I know I like to go in circles, but sometimes if you do this, it looks nice too. You just bring it down in different ways to see you got that little background that way. But yeah, we do. We create our own demons, and sometimes when people around you do like really bad things, sometimes they push their demons on you. And really, because my dad was in the military and dealt with all his demons, it was already in the house, really. So, and I was young and susceptible, and children are susceptible to demons more than anyone. And that's where I first got introduced to all of it. And thank God I was intuitive with some kind of gift because I was able to protect myself. But, but yeah, because I had the energy of my grandmother at the time, and she was a dark witch, and she was battling some demon that had mysterious death in our attic. So we had stuff going on. And at times I was terrified as a child, but somehow it wasn't able to get me. It killed my grandmother in the attic, and my bedroom ended up being the attic. Sometimes my friends said that they seen things that would watch us all the time when I was a teenager. But it never fully entered me. It was like I guess I dealt with the demons in a different level. Instead of being in me, they were just out staring at me like a bunch of stalkers. And I didn't like that. You like it? Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep real light pastel work with this. I don't want to do too much to take away from the sketch part. I really don't. I mean, let me see. I don't want to go all dark either. I like to make my different artworks fun. I want to anime style this witch. So I'm just gonna maybe do a little tiny bit of brown in the hat. Just a tiny bit. I feel a black would just take away the integrity of it. So alright. So there's certain sections here. Here, so I can see the sections of hair. And I like the chalk pastels. I think they're a little better when you're dealing with this kind of stuff because you can make them real light if you wanted to. The soft pastels I like too, and they're cheap, so you don't gotta worry about a lot with them. And they last you forever. I think you can get 6 black pastels for $6. So that's always fun. And then you have them forever. And you don't need a lot of pastels. It's very more expensive to be an oil painter than it is a sketch artist. Because once you get your chalk pastels, you could be completely okay. And if you didn't want to, you wouldn't have to always rely on I gotta buy this paint or that paint or yada yada yada. I don't worry about these things really. Okay, this kind of thing you just take your finger and you're coloring it in. It's supposed to be just a fun Halloween scene witch. Alright. I don't know, I might put it on the door, I don't know. There. Alright. Here. I don't know, I'm thinking about I'll go with this color. I'm gonna go with, let's say it's almost the same color as that one. That's gonna collide. Alright, we're gonna go with blonde. I'm gonna start yellowing this out. Just pull a little bit this way, and just like you're doing like sidewalk chalk, take a different finger. Unless you want to combine those colors together. Gonna make her have blonde hair and our little anime sketch here. Alright, we're just gonna nicely graze the skin with a little bit of yellow. Not a lot, just a little bit. And there we go. Actually, the pastel part is pretty easy. Here's our anime witch. Yeah, you can get one put in a question. I'm just going to keep the face just like that. Sometimes too much pastel in the face makes it turn out like crap. It truly does. I've had a really good sketch going, and then I tried to do that, and it was bad. But yeah, lay out your question. There's Tic Tac. I'm waiting on your question before I break out and grab something to eat here. Alright. But yeah, I think that people will like this Halloween decoration. Your name is Adriana. Will I be seeing Dominique is Libra today? I could see what I could bring up on him, but I can't personally tell you about when people are going to meet or what they're going to say and things like that. I'm not saying anybody else that does it is lying, but I could tell you kind of what's going on in the energy field on him to see if he'll stop by or if he's busy or whatever with the new deck. This seems to get these direct questions better. Oh, hi Brent. How you doing? All right. All right, A. Dominique. She is in the Six of Wands today. Praise, joy, satisfaction, milestone, goals, homecoming, enjoyment. She's in a good mood. Six of Wands pretty much means pretty much means good mood altogether. And she's surrounded by surrender, letting go, new perspectives, self-sacrifice, wisdom. The usual. Nothing huge. And then she's also surrounded by, and that's the Hangman, which it isn't always bad. It just talks about letting certain things go that you have negative on around you. Then you got the King of Pentacles. That person's surrounded with Dominique, and this just talks about supportive, steady, successful, disciplined. I feel that she's trying to be more disciplined, but there is ambition in her. She might be stopped by today. I mean, she's obviously in a really this person's in a good mood. So I would say usually when you're in a good mood, you want to go visiting. So, oh, I am good. Oh, okay, you guys talking to each other. That's awesome. I am glad I could bring people together. That's what the world is about, bringing people together and bringing positivity to all. Because God knows we don't have enough of it. Oh, yeah, you can ask, Brent. I didn't see that. Put in your question. Oh, Dominic's guy. Okay, well, then the guy, then. He's in a good mood. When I seen QUE, I thought that meant the feminine version. I'm trying to educate myself on the names. I know in Spanish, if there's an A after it, it's feminine. I thought QUE was feminine, so I apologize. But you're welcome. I'll wait for your question, Brian. And I do feel better. I got my anime witch done. I do love my anime. What's coming towards you this month? Alright, well, let's see. I don't know. These cards seem to have a lot of different answers. Probably because it's the traditional ones. Those oracle ones are a little different. Alright. Alright. You are represented by the Hermit. And the Hermit doesn't mean that it does say solitude, but doesn't mean you live in a tree. Laugh out loud, Brent. It just talks about soul searching, being more alone for inner guidance type thing, contemplation, solid retreat, meditation. You're just pretty much sitting back and trying to figure out what's going on in your life, which I feel we all should be in the hermit situation. I know I'm always in that one. You're also surrounded by the Four Cups, and this talks about meditation, contemplation, apathy, reevaluation, distil- distillation, boredom, dissatisfaction, stagnation, and remorse. This happens. I fear that there was just a lot of different things that went on in your life, and you just like, why me? I've been in the Four of Cups in my world a lot of times. A lot. Recently. Then you get surrounded by the Three of Cups. And this talks about, and this is good. This is a happy one. This is celebration, friendship, community, happiness, joy, creativity, inspiration, reunion, party, festival, and wedding. I'm picking out, even though you're in the hermit phase in your life right this second, that you you're in a reflection period, which is the Four of Cups. And reflection is going to bring you to the Three of Cups. So I feel once you start going through this, you're going to find a friend or two and possibly a relationship through all this. So maybe you could draw or make perfume or something. I don't know. But yeah, I feel there's going to be good things coming, but I would just maybe just try to do something to focus your mind and let go of your negativeness so you can get to your party and and all the happy stuff in your new partner and stuff. Oh, okay. Then maybe that's the party. I don't know. I thought it was that. I do feel somebody that is going to come and try to date you, though. I will warn you about that. I picked that up. It's a lady that she's not big, but she's not little at the same time. She's a good, healthy size, and she's pretty. She's going to feel a connection through all this. So I'm just warning you. That is coming. So if you do want this, it's good, but if you don't, run. Because when you get all that done, there's going to be somebody that tries to date you. So, which most of you guys want dates and husbands and wives and all that. So, just beware of the ladies that try to kiss you too much, front. And I'm going to go have me a meal. And thank you for the great conversation. And I got my Halloween decoration done, another one. I feel witches aren't always ugly, and everybody makes them ugly, so this is my vision. I like an old friendship that return. I'm picking up new and old. There's going to be two people try to date you. That's one old and one new. So that's a big decision, Brian. I don't know. I would run from the whole situation. I would. That's a lot of activity in one day for me, but you're a courageous soul, so I think you can handle that. I really do. Oh, you're welcome. And I don't work tomorrow. So if I don't get back here to do another Halloween decoration, I definitely will be back tomorrow. And I'll go back to hell till there. Oh, hi, Mills. Oh, yes. I'm always interesting. I'm probably the most interesting person. No one knows what I'm doing half time. I get tortured by older people. I do. I work at a nursing home, and they get crazy with me. They don't want me to ever leave them. It's terrible. You're a caregiver too? Do the old people torture you, Bills? Because they torture me. I have to make popcorn for one of them, and then I have to go get them. I get them perfumes, and then I deliver rice cakes, and then they always tell on the people that don't bring them stuff. I don't know if that happens to you too. And most of the time, my residents get half of these. They really do. They'll ask me to make up a unicorn or this or that, and this is where most of my stuff goes, is to the old people. And you know, Mills, I think that if they want to start world peace, send some of these 100-year-old people out that will beat your ass. And we will have treaties signed, and they will literally have snack food for months, and they will be buying a whole nursing home to get rid of them. These guys are brutal. I feel when you're 90, you get super strength. I mean, there was one lady 90 years old, and I swear she used to beat everyone up, and there would be nothing wrong with her, and we'd be bruised up and everything at one point, and it was like, how is this possible? I think they tap into their adrenaline when they get old, and they steal each other's candy. It's crazy, and I got to deal with this for 32 hours in 3 days. This is why I don't have brain activity by the time Monday comes, and I need to draw. And I figure, why not draw things that are, I don't know, interesting and useful, because I figure Halloween's coming and it's useful to have. I do gotta get her hair more definition. I do need Halloween decorations, because I already know half everybody's gonna hit me up about Halloween I gotta do Elsa for somebody too. One of my Another caretaker's daughter, she says I'm the most talented person in the nursing home because I make her perfume and I draw her things. It's amazing how the children love me, and you have all these talented people, doctors, and all this in the building, and And these kids, and their kids will tell them that I'm the most talented person in the building. And they're going around saving lives. And when I find somebody that needs help, I just yell and let them go in there and hurdle in like buffalo. This is what I do. I don't like how they get stiff as a board, and I'm not going to be responsible for that. I get everyone that wants to be responsible for that together. I'm just getting this collar. I feel if I shade this with the pastels, it'll look a little nicer. Now that I got that done. Alright. But now I'm done. There's my Halloween anime witch with the chef hat because I don't think I got the witch hat done good, but we'll see the next time I come in because I did Frankenstein. I got my witch, and I'm not doing the Reaper till later. So, but yeah, I'm gonna try to come back later. If not, I'll be back for sure tomorrow. I like to come in when I'm doing interesting stuff, which is mostly decorations and things. And I'll be doing perfume and candle making very soon too. I get paid soon and I'll be buying supplies. And we'll have fun doing that. Or I might just make candles later and come over later. I don't know. But if not, I got lots of different live streams you can look at. But I try to come on more. I feel it's better to be more personal. But it was nice meeting you, Mills, and I will either see you tomorrow or if I always say I'm going to come on later, but sometimes I end up having to take Chong for a walk or the husband comes home. So I will see you later.